Good morning and welcome to Coffee with the Pastors, getting to
Canova.
Or getting to Nova. The K is silent, I've discovered.
Oh, is it now?
Today we have Mandy North with us, who's the pastor over at the Manassas Church of the Brethren. Welcome, Mandy, to Coffee with the Pastors.
Thank you so much for having me. I've got my coffee. We are all set.
Oh, that looks like a fun coffee mug you got there.
It is. It's got the fruit of the Spirit on it, all checked off, except for coffee. And has told me that those others don't get checked off until the coffee gets checked off.
Fair enough.
So we need to switch those checks.
Fair enough. Oh gosh. Well, we've moved through. We're kind of jumping around the Northern Virginia region. We've got Angela Finette from Nokesville and Matt Riddle from Arlington. So now we're in the middle with you, right? Geographically. I think about this all geographically, but I think I might be the only one.
Yeah.
So I might be alone with that.
Yes.
So we've got a few questions for you, Mandy, to get to know you a little bit better and your context. Oh,
Go for it.
What do you love about pastoral ministry?
What do I love about pastoral ministry? One of the things I love about pastoral ministry is the relationships that we get to build with the members of our congregation and the members of our community, and then even the relationships that we've been able to build here with each other as pastors. Manassas, we're a community of care where our relationships matter and Christian discipleship counts. And so always coming back to those relationships that we build with one another has been just really an important aspect of our ministry at Manassas. And that's probably one of the things that I love most about ministry, is building those relationships.
Nice.
Ironically, Mandy knew us as youth, so some relationships are long lasting.
That's right. I was an advisor for like beach retreat and winter retreat, and you both run youth cabinet at the time.
Yeah.
Remember that.
It was your husband who said that I should try out for Bridgewater College vocal scholarship. So I'm really grateful to him, whether he remembers that or not. To push me to do that. So that was
cool. That's great. That's great.
Yeah. All right.
So how long have you been pastoring at Manassas?
Yeah, so I've been, this is the start of my third year as lead pastor at the Manassas Church of the Brethren. Before that, I was part-time as the pastor of faith formation. And then before that, I got to serve as an interim pastor at the Nokesville Church for a year. And I have a unique relationship with the Manassas Church of the Brethren in that I've been a member there for about 15 years and called to ministry from within. So when I started, I was a public school teacher. And so Manassas has really supported me in this journey into pastoral ministry.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you would call Manassas your home church before it was your place of employment?
It was definitely my home church as an adult. I didn't grow up in the Church of the Brethren, and I hadn't even heard of the Church of the Brethren until I became a Bridgewater College student. But definitely pretty formative in my adult faith formation years.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. So at Manassas, what's exciting, what's interesting about ministry at that context?
Well, I'm very excited. We're celebrating 125 years of being the Manassas Church of the Brethren in serving the Manassas community. So we had grandiose plans of celebrating this year with bringing back previous pastors for guest preaching, and then having, I think we had 7 carry-in meals on our calendar this year. And we've had to adapt a little bit. And past week, we were able to bring back one of our previous pastors, Fred Swartz, and he preached online for us, even though he's at the Bridgewater Retirement Community. And instead of a carry meal, we had a meet and greet Zoom call. And so that was kind of a fun way to keep our anniversary celebration going.
Neat. Yeah, 125 years. Let's see, Manassas, I believe, is in charge of planting us at the Oakton Church, right? And they planted somebody else.
I'm not sure. I think we might have planted Oakton, but Midland planted Nokesville and Manassas in the same year. And that blows my mind, because I can't imagine planting a sister church and then to plant two of them in the same year. I give a lot of kudos to Midland for being able to do that.
Cool. Mm-hmm. That's neat. Because I'm pretty sure you all planted us, and then we planted Drainsville up in Sterling kind of area. So we kind of like moved out from the country in towards the city and then back out.
Yeah, there's definitely a rich, deep history of these congregations and the relationship between them, for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. It's pop quiz time.
Whoa!
You didn't see this one coming. So this is the slightly heretical.
Yes, part of the Coffee with the Pastors.
Yeah, where we give you a theological term for you to define on the spot. And
we're hoping that these are not actually terms.
We hope, but they will be now.
That's right.
So, your word, Pastor Mandy North, is pietaptism.
Pietaptism. Yes. So, from what I understand, this word definitely has theological meaning, and my understanding is that through this pandemic, it's actually taken on a second meaning. So if you're okay, I'll define it with the two meanings.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Pietaptism, I clearly remember, I'm sure, from some classes I took in seminary with maybe Jeff Bach and Warren Eschbach, about it's a perfect blend of pietism and Anabaptism. Pietism, of course, would be our right relationship with God. And so it's reading scripture and being in prayer and deepening our personal relationship with God. And of course, the Anabaptism would be our rebaptism, believer's baptism, but that deep sense of community and our relationship with one another. So brethren like to be in relationship with both pietism and Anabaptism. So brethren theology blends those words together into pietaptism.
Pietaptism, there you go.
So in brethren theology, pietaptism. But the second meaning that we've gathered during this pandemic is a different pronunciation. It's called pietaptism, and it's an art form that we've taken on in our kitchens where we eat pie and we tap dance.
Oh,
Pietaptism. And if you haven't tried it yet, you should really try that out. We should start viral videos of pietaptism.
I was going to say, maybe you need to lead us in this new movement, Pastor Mandy, and give us an example.
So here's my question. With such a deep, rich Anabaptist, pietist tradition where there is no dancing in the church, is pietaptism appropriate?
Well, we had said that these were heretical terms to begin with. Heresy up to another level.
There you go.
Okay. So pietaptism is for the most rebellious of congregations.
I guess it has to be individual, because as soon as you add in the other person, that's when it.
That's true. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Dancing with others, right?
Dance alone with pie.
That's right.
I think that's fine. Maybe we need to consult Jeff Bach on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe pietaptism is what we'll do when we have our next carry-in meal together and we have a long table of all the pies and desserts, and that dance we'll do that we've been able to be back together again.
That's a special dance. Yeah, that.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mandy, for that
Sure.
wonderful definition. All right. We thank Mandy for joining us on Coffee with the Pastors. It's been a treat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait, do we get to do a joke?
Yeah, if you've got a joke.
I do. Our children's Sunday school class has been meeting on Sunday morning, and a girl named Amelia came to class with a joke. So I'm going to share it for Coffee with the Pastors.
Oh boy. Thank you, Amelia.
The question is, why did cows cross the road?
I don't know.
I don't know.
To go to the movies.
I hope right now they're not going to the movie.
We're probably
cows
not
are
going
fine.
now to the movies.
I think cows are probably fine to be in close proximity with each other, right?
That might be true.
Yeah.
So maybe they're the only ones
At the
going to the
At the
movie.
I
movies.
haven't been to a movie theater recently to know.
Thank you, Amelia, for that contribution.
Yeah. And thanks, Mandy, for the delivery.
Yes.
All right. We'll talk
All
to you
right.
later.
See you later. Cheers. Bye.